This is the Angels POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Los Angeles Angels. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Oh my word. Oh my word. Hello, Halo Nation. Hello, Halo hopefuls, and welcome back to the latest edition of the Locked On Angels POSTCAST. Coming at you live, as always, after every single Angels game, right here live on the Locked On Angels YouTube channel, and after the fact, both on the channel and wherever the heck you get the Locked On Angels audio podcast feed. If you don't know who I am, my name is Gavin Carlson, former credentialed journalist in the LA area, spent 4 years covering UCLA sports with the Daily Bruin, and now in year 2 with the Locked On Podcast Network, where it's your team every day. Our team is the Angels, and they broke our hearts tonight. Boy, oh boy, did they break our hearts tonight. I mean, look, Jesus in here saying, by far the most heartbreaking game this year. I mean, you read my mind. You read my mind. Vert says, we suck. Roman rips with the Gavin with 4 crying emojis. The vibes are awful because the Angels, is this not one of the most Angels losses of the season, in the sense that we talk all about how this season has been a roller coaster, how there have been highs of highs, not just like, hey, this team might be above average. There's highs where it's like, we swept the Dodgers. There's highs like tonight where you chased Tarek Skubal. Tarek Skubal with his worst start of the season. And you blow it. You blow it. My, oh my. We'll go very in-depth with this game as we always do. First and foremost, shout out to everybody in here. Love to see you guys here on this Friday night. I'll be honest. I don't really miss the Angels when there's an off day like there was yesterday, but I do miss you guys. I really do. So while I was not very bummed that the Angels were not playing yesterday, and the Angels are always playing in my apartment because I got a very nice MLB The Show Angels franchise going, by the way. Man, if you do play video games and you're a diehard Angels fan like we all are, go play an MLB The Show franchise. Go get, competent bullpen arms on that team. Oh, it's so much fun. It's so much fun. But anyways, I enjoyed not watching the Angels yesterday because of what they do to our souls, to our hearts, like they did tonight. So shout out to all of you for being here, as always. And I will quickly say my apologies that we're starting about 10 minutes later than we normally do. I'm always honest with you guys. I'll be completely honest. Was taking my lady to the airport, and I got back later than I expected. Traffic was awful. And when the Angels were up going into the bottom of the 8th inning, I'm like, okay, well, we can safely assume there's going to be a bottom of the 9th inning, right? So I was like, okay, it's on pace to end, the middle of the 9th is on pace to end around 7:05, but then surely there'll be a bottom of the 9th inning, right? So I'll get back just in time but no, the Angels blew the game and they blew the start of this show, the timing of this show. But with all that being said, let's get right into it. America's favorite segment. What is it? It's the Turning Point.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the Turning Point.
Yes, it is. It is the Turning Point, and we all know where we're going with this one. Let's not waste any freaking time. We are going to the bottom of the 8th inning that I just referenced, and we're talking about one guy. One guy. Were there multiple people at fault in this inning? Sure. But there is one guy that blew this game for us tonight, and his name is Reed Detmers. His name is Reed Detmers, and he was abysmal tonight. There's no other way to put it. The moral of the story is the Angels had no business being in the situation we were in, the position we were in, ahead, going into the bottom of the 9th inning by not 1, but 2 runs, despite having a matchup of Kyle freaking Hendricks in Big 2025 against Tarek Skubal. And again, if you don't know how good Tarek Skubal is, the guy won the Cy Young last year. He's on pace to win the Cy Young this year. And despite his shortest start of the season, where he goes just 4 2/3 innings, does not even get through 5 innings, gives up 4 earned runs, 2 back-to-back home runs from Gustavo Campero, and Zach Neto. I mean, Zach Neto, you expect a little bit, but Gustavo Campero, 2-run shot off Tarek Skubal. Are you kidding me? Despite everything I just said, Skubal's ERA after this ball game is still 2.35. He's well on his way to a second straight AL Cy Young. He's by far the best starter in baseball. Sorry, Paul Skeens. Sorry, other guys. It's him. It's him. Somehow, despite him versus Kyle Hendricks, thanks to a solo shot in the top of the eighth inning that wasn't originally a solo shot, after review, Joe Adell's ball did go over that yellow line. It's 5-3 Angels going into the bottom of the eighth inning. And what happens? Reed Detmers happens. It's the turning point because he alone blew this game. If there was an anti-player of the game, the least good player of the game, it would certainly be Reed Detmers. And I don't enjoy saying it. We all loved the Reed Detmers reliever revolution that we saw earlier in this game, right? Or in the season, excuse me. But boy, oh boy, talk about coming back to life. Talk about coming back to life. Back to reality. Just never had it tonight. Just never at one point in this appearance did he have it. He comes in and immediately against Jahmai Jones, former Angel organization member, 4-pitch walk against Jones, who, by the way, Jones is, hitting 236 this year. Now, he does have 4 home runs, 17 hits, and 72 at-bats. So the OPS is actually pretty solid at 821, 10 RBIs. But he's hitting 236. You got to throw some strikes. And Reed Detmers comes in and throws 4 straight walks. Or balls, excuse me. Felt like 4 straight walks. 4 straight balls. You're like, okay, that's frustrating. Doesn't look like a good sign, but maybe it's okay. He throws in a curveball, then 3 straight balls to Gleyber Torres. The 4-seam is clearly wild, right? Anytime you come in with a first pitch curveball because you can't locate the fastball in the previous at-bat, you're a little concerned, right? But the curveball gets in there. You're up 0-1. Well, then how about 2 fastballs nowhere near the zone, then a slider nowhere near the zone in the dirt? It's 3-1. Then he grooves a fastball right down the middle, and then he yanks a fastball for ball 4. Back-to-back walks to start the ball game, or the inning, the bottom of the 8th. Then Matt Vierling pinch hits. And coming into this at-bat, 3 for 5 as a pinch hitter. I don't know what it is about him. Some guys, they enjoy the rest before a pinch hit. Some guys are just clutch. I know I just now triggered someone to have a Mike Trout comment. Did not intend to do that. But the moral of the story is he likes being a pinch hitter. And he comes in against a guy in Detmers who's a mess, against a guy in Detmers who starts the at-bat with, again, another first pitch curveball. That's the only thing he can control right now. Just misses the zone. Then a 1-0 fastball, another ball. So the guy has thrown one strike through his first 3 batters. Vierling fouls off what would have been ball 3. Then what should have been strike 2 is called a ball on a hanging slider. But yeah, you're not going to get that call, unfortunately, when you're as wild and reckless as Detmers is in this inning. And then a 3-1 pitch, he's getting a fastball. He throws him a fastball, and Vierling gets all of it. 106 exit velo, 3-run shot. And the 2-run lead, the 5-3 lead, vanishes. It's 6-5 Tigers. He does get one more strikeout. And then we bring in Andrew Chafin. Of course, Chafin comes in and immediately goes with a walk against Perez, excuse me. And you're thinking, oh man, this is our big solution to the bullpen, right? This bullpen, the strength was already supposed to be Reed Detmers. He collapses. Then you bring in your trade deadline acquisition in Chafin, and he walks a guy immediately. Fortunately, he gets out of it, but the Angels already blew the lead, 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 9th, and the Angels lose a game that they had no business losing. No business losing. And when we come back, I'm going to talk to you about why, in another universe, this loss would be a positive, right? It would be a positive in another universe, and we'll talk about that. You might know where I'm going with that. We'll talk about what happened in the earlier innings because we did have some encouraging performances at the plate. Even Kyle Hendricks was decently encouraging in terms of what he was able to do tonight on the mound against a very good Detroit Tigers team. We'll do all of that after our break. And like I said, you might already know what I'm getting at when I talk about this universe. yeah, be on the lookout for that here on this losing edition, another frustrating, heartbreaking edition of the Locked On Angels postcast. I'll be right back. Now, on this Friday night, today's show is sponsored by the wonderful people at 5 Hour Energy. It's time to fuel up and turn it up with 5 Hour Energy Transfusion. This grape, ginger, and lime flavored shot brings the iconic taste of a golf course favorite to a non-alcoholic boost. Perfect for sinking birdies or making great memories with friends. It's a hole-in-one for your energy game. Whether you're on the course or just need a little extra push to power through your day, which I certainly do, especially watching these Angels, 5 Hour Energy Transfusion delivers the clubhouse flavor you love without ever leaving the green. Golf is all about good times with good people and good flavors. The grape, ginger, lime flavor of 5 Hour Energy Transfusion gives you the best parts of your clubhouse go-to without leaving the course or chasing down the bev cart. And now you can amp up the fun even more. Just buy, snap, and enter for a chance to win a dream golf trip for 2 to any golf tournament in the USA. That's right. Tee up that trip. Visit 5hewin.com for rules and entry. No purchase necessary. It excludes the Masters tournament. Ends October 31st, 2025. And today's show is also brought to you by Monarch Money. Most people can't name all their financial accounts or even what they're worth, whether it's 401ks, properties, or investments. And when you don't have the full picture, you can end up leaving money on the table. That's why there's Monarch Money. It's an all-in-one personal finance tool that brings your entire financial life together in one clean, easy-to-use interface on your laptop or your phone. Monarch does the heavy lifting for you. You can link all your accounts in minutes, see clear data visuals, get smart categorization, of your spending, and finally feel in control of your money without even ever touching a spreadsheet. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONMLB at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code LOCKEDONMLB. Back here live on the Locked On Angels postcast. Angels fall 6-5 in this ball game, a game that they simply should not have lost. You somehow get a better start from Kyle Hendricks than Tarek Skubal. You somehow are up 5-3 going in the bottom of the 8th inning, despite playing a game against, once again, Tarek Skubal. And yet you lose the ball game. Now, people are in here roasting me because before the break, I said in an alternate universe, this would be a positive. This loss would be a positive. And I'm getting shredded. Nathan says, no loss is a positive in my book. Angels win says, no good loss, Gavin. Mahoko says, another universe? Are you talking about parallel world? Angels win says, Gavin is a flat earther confirmed. I promise you, I am not. But I tell you what I am. I am someone that is obsessed with talking about the trade deadline. I know you guys hear me talk about it so much. I really do think it just is the greatest piece of evidence of how much of a shambles this franchise is in. And when I talk about alternate universe where this loss would have been a positive, I say encouraging losses, this would have been a thing, or encouraging losses would have been a thing if what? If what? You guys know where I'm going with this one. At least now you do after I hinted at it. If the deadline was handled properly, guys, if the trade deadline was handled properly, I want you guys that are in here saying there's no such thing as an encouraging loss. Let's reimagine the situation. Imagine the Angels traded away Taylor Ward, who, by the way, got picked off in this ballgame, who, by the way, was 0 for 3 with a strikeout, right? Imagine if they traded him away. They certainly wouldn't have been in a different situation because he didn't contribute tonight. So imagine if they traded Taylor Ward away and got some prospects. Imagine if they traded Kenley Jansen away, another guy who, as much as I am pro Kenley and respect everything he said about wanting to bring this team to the playoffs for the first time in ages, he didn't play in this game either. So you have two guys that everyone thought you should have traded away. You would have prospects right now that might have even contributed to this ball game. But even if they didn't, who cares? Because the two guys I just mentioned did not contribute to this ball game. So again, Imagine if that had happened. Those guys are not on the team. We're coming into a game where we are 55-60. We're clearly out of the AL wildcard race, but we admitted that we are. We traded, we sold at the deadline. We have prospects we're excited about. Now, imagine that. And then let's look through this game and see what happened, right? Zach Neto, the face of the franchise. He had a home run off Tarek Skubal. Nolan Shinewell, 0 for 4 with the strikeout. That's a bummer. Mike Trout, he got a base hit. We'll take it. 1 for 4. That actually brings his average up. Obviously, we're skipping Ward because in this scenario, Ward is not on the team anymore. Luis Rengifo goes 1 for 4 with the run. You'll take that. I mean, he's just kind of a stopgap, sure. Logan O'Hoppe, as horrible as he's been, a nice RBI double. Very encouraging. That's a positive. Christian Moore goes 1 for 3 with a walk. The average is low, right? But he is improving, and his on-base percentage is better than his average. He takes the occasional walk. His at-bats are looking competent, right? The on-base percentage is 313, which isn't mouth-watering or anything, but the average is 188. So 313 on-base percentage, that's decent for a very young guy that, let's be honest, we rushed up in the majors. The OPS is just under 700. He's not been horrible, right? But a 1 for 3 with a run, with a walk. Encouraging. We'll take that, right? Bryce T, he, leaves his game early. Campero, though, comes in, just kind of a fun stopgap. He hits a 2-run shot off Tarek Skubal. So if you go down the line just based on the players, again, the only guy I had to remove from this was Taylor Ward. It's a pretty positive game, right? Pretty positive game. When the guys you want to see do the best of all are, and I somehow accidentally skipped Joe Adell, 2 for 4 with a home run. The guys you care the most about right now, when you're just talking about the future, Zach Neto hit a homer. Joe Adell hit a homer, 2 hits. O'Hoppe, RBI double. Christian Moore, hit, walk, and a run. Shinewell was 0 for 4, but we know he's good. We know he's as consistent as they come. We got some fun stuff. A Gustavo Campero, 2-run shot, right? We'll go even further, guys. Brock Burke, 1 1/3 of perfect pitching out of the bullpen. Right? If you want to go a step further. So if all of that happened in this alternate universe where we sold at the deadline, you would sit here going, man, this is such a painful loss. I can't believe Reed Detmers blew this game. But hey, at least we know we're not competing for this year. We did the right things at the deadline, and we exceeded expectations against Tarek Skubal. There's no other way to put it. We exceeded expectations tonight offensively against Tarek Skubal. We did. But when you're in an AL wildcard race, in quotes, when you buy at the deadline, when you walk around GMPM saying how you're really competitive and try to justify buying at the deadline, guess what? Exceeding expectations is not chasing Tarek Skubal. It's winning this game. It's winning this game. So that's the problem. In an alternate universe, we would be sitting here. Imagine this last year, right? With how brutal last year was. And what made last year brutal is that we didn't sell hard enough, but we still sold. And if a game like this would have happened, and I was doing the postcast last year, as much as I love to get hot and animated and be frustrated like I am right now, I would go in and I'll be honest, guys, man, oh man, really upset with Reed Detmers. Man, oh man, really felt like a game the Angels should have won. But hey, we'll learn from this game. And there were still encouraging things in this game because we chased Tarek Skubal and our young core outside of Shinewell looked really good tonight. That's what I would have said. But we're not in that alternate universe, guys. We have clown shows at ownership in the general manager position, unfortunately. Seems like a nice guy, but I don't trust you as the GM anymore. Guess what? There's no more exceeding expectations. There's no more positive, encouraging losses because of what we signed up for. And that's why I feel bad for the players partially. They didn't sign up for this. And sure, they're going to always say, oh, we're trying to win, blah, 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 blah. But the moral of the story is a 22-year-old Christian Moore did, as much as he's a competitor and wants to win, he did not sign up for being on a team where he is expected to contribute to a team that makes the playoffs. And also a team that makes the playoffs when they've been under 500, like for months. This isn't like, hey, you're a 22-year-old, join a team that's 10 games over 500 and contribute, which is already asking a lot of him, but do it on a team and make the playoffs, but do it on a team that's in a good position to make the playoffs. No. This team is now 6 games under 500. And we have to sit here and talk about playoffs and really competitive and AL wildcard races. Come on, man. And so that's what's annoying. I shouldn't be in here ranting about a game like this because we should have done the right things at the deadline. And this should have been a net positive game for the future of the Angels franchise because our young guys look decent and we did the right things at the deadline to where winning this game doesn't really matter. But it really matters now, and we lost it. Nathan says, playoffs? You're talking playoffs? That's the point. I don't want to be talking playoffs. We should not be talking playoffs, and it's infuriating. Angels lose 6-5. Angels fall to 55-61. They're 6 games under 500. They're not 2 games under 500. They're 6 games under 500. If you want to take a look at the wild card race, I'm just going to do it probably for a week longer, and then I'm just going to stop even looking at it. Or maybe I'll only do it to prove my point if anyone comes here and says we did the right thing at the deadline. The Angels are now 6 games back of a wild card spot. We're now a full 2 games back of the Rays, who, outside of playing us, can't win a game lately. We're 2.5 back of the Royals. We're 5 games back of the Rangers, who, by the way, have underperformed. Like, their record is harsh for them. Our record is better than what it should be, by the way. Our expected record is 51-65, guys. We're 55-61, and that is lucky. Our expected win-loss is 51-65. The Rangers' expected record, because they have a plus 70 run differential, is 66-50, guys. We should be 15 games back of the Rangers. We're lucky that we're only 5 back of them. But guess what? Guess what that emphasizes? We are nowhere near them in terms of quality of a team, in terms of franchise, class, organization. We're nowhere near them. We're lucky to be 5 back of them. And guess what? Even if we somehow leapfrog them, and by the way, they're only going to get better. They just went and made acquisitions at the deadline. We're 5 back of the Cleveland Guardians. We're then, 6 back of the Yankees, who, yes, they lost again, but they're still so much better than us. Their expected win-loss is 66-50. They are the clown show of the league right now. Everyone is making fun of the Yankees. Ha, ha, ha. They can't, they have an error. They look like the Angels. They're getting base running errors. Jazz Chisholm doesn't know how a pop fly works. There's errors everywhere. Volpe, the new bullpen that they just went and stocked, they're blowing games already. Guys, they're the clown show of the league right now, and they're 6 games ahead of us. Right? Like, come on, guys. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about? So, it's frustrating. It's infuriating. Thank you, people. John saying, definitely agree with you, Gavin. Should have been building for the future. Nathan says the trade deadline debacle rant was spot on. I appreciate it. And I don't want to keep bringing it up. I really don't. I just want to look at a game and watch the game. But it's going to take a while, right? I'm a fan like you guys. I'm giving you genuinely what we all feel, and I know you agree with me. It's going to take a while before we look at losses like this and don't think about what we could have and should have done at the deadline because it was right in front of us. The obvious future collapse of this team with how bad the run differential was, with how we were winning every coin flip game when it's coin flip for a reason. We saw this coming. Everyone did except our darn management, and that's why it's so annoying. But with all that being said, we're going to wrap this one up. I do have a humble plug, but a very exciting plug quickly before I wrap this one up. Please, 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 and this is also news for this channel too. I will unfortunately not be able to do the postcast tomorrow. I'm sorry. I will not be back here on this channel, the Locked On Angels channel, tomorrow. There will be no Locked On Angels postcast tomorrow. But the reason being, the first ever Locked On Rams squad show will be tomorrow night, directly after the Rams preseason opener against the Dallas Cowboys. We've got David in here with Rams, exclamation point, love it. If you are a Rams fan, if you're just an NFL fan, or dare I say it, if you're just a fan of me for some reason, I don't know why you would be, but no matter what, tomorrow night, directly after the end, similar to this postcast, directly after the end of the Rams game, I will be live with my good friend and the host of the Locked On Rams Daily Show, Doug. He will be one of the hosts. And the other host is longtime NFL defensive lineman and former Rams captain, Michael Brockers. He will be one of the co-hosts as well. It's going to be a heck of a show. An hour. Mahoko's breaking my heart saying that huge Cowboys fans, okay, you can still watch the show because we're going to be talking about the game. Perfect. So come watch the show. We're going to be talking for an hour with those amazing co-hosts about the Rams game. We'll be previewing the season. The squad show is going to be a twice a week thing. So directly after every Rams game, just like the Angels postcast is, and then there'll be a 1 hour midweek show as well, where we'll be previewing the next game, recapping the previous game as well, just talking NFL. It's going to be a great time. So the first edition of the Rams squad show on the Locked On Rams YouTube channel will be tomorrow night. Please join me. I would love to see you guys in there. I'm the host, so I'm going to be the one controlling the comments. I'm going to see you guys in the comments and recognize you guys. So please join. It's going to be a great time. But it'll give me a break from the Angels postcast because I think, like people are saying, like Nathan says, the postcast will equal the Angels probably winning. There being no Angels postcast means the Angels will win. Yeah, maybe that's the case. So maybe I'm doing us all a favor by not doing the show tomorrow and they'll actually win. And I'll see you back here, but on the Rams Locked On channel tomorrow night after that game. And then, of course, I'll be back here for the Angels postcast on Sunday. So enough of the humble plug, but I'll see you on the Locked On Rams YouTube channel tomorrow night live after the Rams-Cowboys game, and I'll see you back here live on this channel after the Angels hopefully win on Sunday in Detroit. Take care. Have a great rest of your Friday night. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on that channel tomorrow. I'll see you back here on Sunday. Take care and go Angels.